Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to MXGP Career Mode. My name is Ninjitsu Evolved and this is part 17. Yeah, that's come around pretty quick, hasn't it? For those of you who weren't here with us last time, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to go check that episode out. 2, 1. Alright, so we finished off our MX2 season on the previous episode. We doubled up at Teutschenthal in Germany. We won the MX1 World Championship by 79 points. And then we also selected our ride for our debut MX1 season, which is going to be us riding once again for Monster Energy Yamaha. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump straight into the first round of the MX1 World Championship from Losail in Qatar, a circuit where we have struggled in the past, I think it's fair to say. If you have a look at the options, as you can see, realistic difficulty, races only, 3-lap races. Automatic gearbox, but it's pro physics, so automatic gearbox is the only assist that we run. So this is going to be interesting because not only is it a track that I don't like, but also it's the step up to the big bikes. So this could be a very, as I said in the previous episode, if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out, but this could be a very steep learning curve for us. Yeah, this promises to be very interesting. I mean, I think the thing is when you look at the standings when you're not competing in a series, it's very different from when you are, because if you look at the MX1 standings, I mean, we had 500 and something points last season. Cairoli we had 600 plus, but that's the difference. You see, that's the game going off a script, off of basically how it thinks things will happen. It's not the actual races. This is going to be very different, and hopefully Cairoli is actually going to be mortal on this setting, because I'm worried that he may just end up annihilating us. Right, so as per usual, we will go all the way to the outside for this. Oh, part 17, I nearly forgot then, of MXGP Career Mode. See, it's really confusing when you're changing seasons halfway through. It's round number 1 of the MX1 World Championship from Losail in Qatar. And as usual, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to work. And the start's going to be very interesting. You've got to get your weight forward. That's a lot. And then you've got to lift up at the right time. For this. Oh, there's a lot of people running out wide. This bike is very nice. Way slicing his way through the pack. Oh, the bike's getting a bit choppy. Can we hold on to the lead? Just about. Baby. Oh, this is a lovely little bike. Monster Energy Yamaha, you have given me probably a championship worthy bike. Looking at the performance that we're putting on here at Qatar. Again, I will assure you, I haven't been practicing. I mean, this is being recorded on the same day because I wanted to get the first race in the new season out of the way. I literally won the MX2 title, completed that race at Teutschenthal. I stopped recording, saved all the video and audio and everything from that episode, and then I jumped straight back onto this bike, onto this first part of MX1. That rhythm section at the end of the lap always kills our time off. Gap 2.8. Where are we finding this? This is a circuit I detest. We're almost 3 seconds clear of Clement de Sol. Now it's still far from settled. We have a, oh, there we go. Now the mistakes are coming. Oh, and there you go, see? Because there's so much more power being transmitted to the back wheel, you've got to be prepared when you accelerate to get your weight forward. Otherwise the bike will just wheelie. It'll wheelie a lot worse than the MX2 did. But under just normal traction, oh, we nearly got straight into the back of Goncalves, who is our, I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that right. Goncalves? There's a little thing on the sea, so I'm not even going to attempt. His name's Rui something. So he's our rival for the meeting as well. But no, as I was saying, the difference between this bike is, yeah, fair enough, initial acceleration, the bike is a lot more prone to wheelie, but under just standard traction, oh, we're going to go, that's going to be a cut. Under just normal traction, the bike is very, very compliant in a way. The bike is extremely compliant. It's a joy to ride, it's a pleasure. It's quite easy to control, even though we keep going off the track and crashing. It's quite easy to control. It's a lot different just in terms of its mechanics than the MX1. Oh, I hate this section of track. We always lose time. And then Bob Rochev just decides, you know what? You know, you're having a bit too much fun there, fella, staying on the bike and having a decent ride at Losail. I'm just going to take your front wheel away. You don't mind here. No, fella, you go for it, you have fun. Absolute bell ends, man. Getting mugged by the Diker. I'm going to mug him back. Oh, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not. So it started off well enough. Oh, but now I swear God, right, that's intentional. That has to be intentional. And all the space and room in the world, and then nope, I'm just going to drift across into the front of your bike. Why? Because I can. Oh, get away from a back wheel, you douchebags. Oh, I'm getting sick of this. I'm getting really sick of it already. Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting season. I get the feeling that on the tracks where we're strong, we're going to be absolutely dominant. On a bike like this, if this bike, I mean, on a track that I don't like Losail, even though I don't like this circuit, the bike is still just so, like I say, it's so compliant. It does everything I want it to do. No real snaps of oversteer. Oh, it's so good. If I can get these, if I can start getting these rhythm sections right, I can already tell it's just going to be so good through some of these rhythm sections. That would put us right back up on Simpson. I don't care about you, fella. That's my position. Come off the power over the first bit. I didn't give it enough speed. We're going to finish 13th for race number 1. Get destroyed by our adversary. I'm going to score what? 9 points? No, 5, 6, 8 points. So it's not an ideal start to our first season in MXGP, in MX1. Tony Cairoli finishes last though, so if defending world champion can finish in last, you know, still beat him. I'll take that. Hopefully Cairoli is going to have an absolute stinker, like we will at this meeting, and then from that point on it's just going to be me and him going hell for leather for the title, while everyone else falls away. At least I'd like to hope so, because after that first race, I might be giving up a fair bit of, a fair few points in this championship fight before we even get to round number 2 at Sriracha. I have no idea how you pronounce it. Again, like I say, butchered pronunciations, ladies and gentlemen. We have a whole new season with a whole new set of riders whose names we can destroy. So we come to race number 2 here at Losail in Qatar. I'm hoping for a start very similar to the first race, and then some consistency and a victory. I'm hoping, you know, you can always hope. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Ooh. Slight lean forward. Oh, see, the nose came up because I stopped leaning forward too soon. Oh, but look at that, we sliced underneath half the field. Carol nearly pushing us off the track. We just sliced underneath him and Ken the Diker. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, we're back at the front. Now, with the pace that we had on that third and final lap of the first race, if I can try and just run that sort of pace now for the remainder of this race, right, just keep the bike up, stay consistent, keep the bike wheels down, rider up, we should hopefully be able to run away with this with a 2.5 seconds clear of Jeremy Van Horbeek. I think it's Jeremy. No idea if I'm pronouncing Van Horbeek right at this point, once again. Oh, it's a beautiful little section on this bike. Oh, and just a sudden snap at the rear. We get mugged by both the Dijker and Horbeek. Oh, nearly got that rhythm section right. It's all good, we're still running with the top boys. We're still there or thereabouts. It's still a fairly decent haul of points for this position. Van Horbeek's the man I need to worry about though, because he had a good run in round number 1. It looks like he's going to get another tasty handful of points in race number 2 as well. Maximilian Nagel and Tony Cairoli battling away behind me. I don't want to allow any of those two in with a chance, but with the pace that we naturally have around this circuit, I may not have an option. They may just prove to be irresistible, despite the fact we've got a 1.8 second lead, 1 3/4 call it. The gap to Horbeek in front and the gap to Cairoli behind, they're both pretty stagnant. We're pretty much bang in the middle of 2nd and 4th. I'm trying to increase the pace, closing the gap slightly to the boys in front. We've extended a fair bit over Nagel and Cairoli. I said Hurlings then. That section is tremendous. Just need to try and stay close. I don't think we're going to have enough to challenge for the victory. Oh, especially if I start doing things like that. I'll be brutally honest, if we can... Oh, that rhythm section was beautiful. That's what I need to do through that section. Didn't lose any time despite it all going Pete Tong. Just need to keep the pace, just need to keep the pressure, just need to keep the momentum. Run with these boys at the front. Really need to just stay with them. Even if we can't get the job done, stay with them. Get 3rd place, and I mean, I'll take that for Losail after last time. The 6th and the 11th, when we came here for MX2. I mean, that got a little bit shaky. Don't like being sideways through rhythm sections like that, but why would you build sections like that through a corner? 1.4 to Van Horbeek, call it. 3 clear of Nagel. That gap to Horbeek in front is definitely coming down. And get little bits like that where we end up off the circuit, losing time. Gap remains the same though. See, I've got this feeling we can do him. I had to turn out of the corner. That's probably ruined the race. I had to turn out of the corner to avoid that advertising board. I had to play with the throttle there to stop the back end from sliding out. Back end did still slide out, but oh, and then it does again. Just need to recover, just need to recover. So Kenny Dijker's going to win, Jeremy Van Horbeek's going to take 2nd. Max Nagel gets very close to the line, but we're just going to hold on for 3rd. Oh, that got very, very close. But 3rd place at Losail. I mean, this bike is tremendous. I am very, very excited for the season to come. I've got this feeling that we can put on a decent fight. So we're going to have a look at the championship standings. We end up 6th. So 6th again. I think we're pretty sure we were 6th or 7th in MX2. We scored more points than we did in MX2, that's for sure. But we are still 14 points off of Van Horbeek at the top. It's Van Horbeek leading the championship from the Dijker, Clement de Saul, Maximilian Nagel and Evgeny Bobryshev? Yevgeny? I think it's Yevgeny. Yevgeny Bobryshev? Yevgeny Bobryshev. Sorry, I'll stop that now, that's a terrible accent. Tony Cairoli down in 9th, he's 7 points behind us, so the man who, quite rightly, we should be fearing, is already behind us in the championship. We are top Yamaha by quite some margin. So ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to skip through everything, get our fans, get our objectives. Please skip through. That's why I'm pressing the button. I'm pressing the button so these screens carry on. There we go. I get really annoyed with this game, man, sometimes. Move up to MX level 84. Again, it's not representative. Yeah, 74,000 fans. Yeah, I'll take that. I'm pretty sure one of the trophies for this, which is one of the only two that I haven't got, is to get 1 million fans. So you can imagine how long you'd have to play the game for to get that, given the fact we've got 74,000 after a season. So yeah, you'd be sitting here for a fair few years in the game to get it done. You see Van Hobeek, 44 points from Qatar. Clement Losail and Kenda Dyker took the wins in the first 2 races. As you look at MX2, Hurling's absolutely on it. I bet Hurling's maxed that out. Oh, there you go, you see. See, when you're not racing with them, it's a very different story from when you are. Even though in MX1, Tony Cairoli was absolutely dominant when we were in MX2. Now that we're racing against him, odds are it's going to be totally different. As you can see, look at that. Hurling's doubling up. Hurling's is going to end up with 600 points this season. I'll tell you that right now. Hurling's is going to end up with 600 plus this season. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for part 1. That is it for part 17. See how confusing it is? Of MXGP Career Mode, round number 1 of the MX1 World Championship from Qatar. A better round than I expected. I'll take the points that we scored. Join us next time for part 18, round number 2, where we'll be heading to Silasha in Thailand, a track where we did pretty well last time. And hopefully with this excellent Monster Energy Yamaha bike, we can go better and we can get a Grand Prix victory. Because I've got the feeling that, looking at how the bike handles, I've got the feeling that I'm just going to stick with this Monster Energy Yamaha for the full season, because I'm really enjoying the feel of it. But ladies and gentlemen, I will leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. My name has been Ninjitsu Evolved. If you have enjoyed this video, please feel free to subscribe to the channel and go check out my other videos. There is the complete playlist of MXGP Career Mode available there, which has the complete MX2 season if you haven't seen it, as well as the 2 wildcard rides that we had before that. So please feel free to go check everything out. But like I say, I have been Ninjitsu Evolved. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all again next time.